Yes, I mean to say what, live from the Hackensack Meridian Health Stage 17, and I am a very lucky girl because I I'm stuttering. I'm so nervous. I'm next to a legend, and I get to sit next to this legend, John Singleton and Damson Idris from the show Snowfall on FX. Can we have a little round of applause here in the audience? You make me nervous, John. That's what it is.
Wow, you want to be in a film?
No, I don't want to be in the film. I want to watch the film. Okay. So let me tell you, I love this show. I was about the show before it was even released, and now after watching season 1, huge fan. I know a lot of my friends also huge fans. I first want to start off, before talking about season 2, how do you guys feel about the reaction to season 1? Because I know a lot of people didn't see this show coming out, like it came out of nowhere, and then a lot of people became fans of it.
Well, I mean, we didn't, when we did it, we didn't know what people were going to respond to. We knew it was going to be, people would like it, but, you know, we didn't know how they were going to respond to it because there's so much stuff on television right now. So
right.
My thing was to really, as I say, break through the whole clutter and establish ourselves as, you know, as a TV show to watch.
Yeah.
You know, because my whole thing is we're trying to give you not a TV show, but a movie every week. You know what I mean? Like, you know, this dude, he's a movie star. Look at him. Look at that. You know what I mean? Like,
look at the pearly whites.
Black sexy. You know what I mean? Like, giving that British black sexy. For these, you know what I mean? Like, so that's how they're responding to it. And it feels good as a storyteller.
I'm obviously young, so I'm on social media and Twitter and stuff. So that's where I really see how people are responding to the show. And anytime I kind of type in a search engine, Snowfall FX, it's beautiful. You know, the comments are all positive and people are really tuning in and also cursing out people who are late to the show. Yeah. They're like, I told you about this last year. Yeah. Like, you know, so it's great to get the response that we have.
You know, it's really nice when you feel like you get in the streets.
Right.
With something.
Yeah, I've had to put a lot of people on too, like my friends, like you need to watch this show. You know. Now in season 2, I know in season 1. So for those, if you haven't watched the show, I don't know what's going on with you, but this is about the infancy of the crack cocaine epidemic in LA, and I like how it attacks different kinds of people, different races. You see how the Latins were involved, and then the white guy that works for the CIA that, you know, was facilitating some of the drug trades that were going on. And then Damson, you actually represent the inner city kid that's trying to get ahead in life and uses, you know, selling drugs as a way to kind of build a street business, right? So in the first season, they're kind of separate, right? We're learning about each individual race. Are we going to see them kind of come together a little bit more in season 2?
Yes. Part of this season is just how they start intermingling with each other and they start interacting with each other, and because everybody's in the coke game, everybody's in it to win it in this coke game, and so
it's impossible to not cross paths.
You know? So it becomes really intense when you start seeing the various characters interact with each other in a real way in the show.
Right. Yeah, because I was really interested in that. And I think I didn't get it towards the end, that the Latins were more like the distributor, and then, you know, the CIA, that guy is more like the facilitator, and then, you know, you're the urban street kid that's trying to get a piece of the pie, you know?
Exactly. And for me, Franklin's saying he has no idea how big this world is. You know? He thinks, the top of the pile is RV, you know, his Israeli plug, and, you know, it doesn't go higher than him. And that's the sad thing about it. And that was a sad case for many people who are probably traveling to some weird area to get 1 key, 2 key, and thinking that that's the guy that's, you know, behind the whole drug trade in America, when really this is a huge pyramid. And the beauty about the show is we're watching this kid who is actually the viewer climb up this pyramid and see just how far this is. Right.
And even in your character is developing, and I'm sure it's going to continue on into season 2, how you were this kid that worked
sweet
at the
boy.
Cute kid, just love you,
sweet,
at the corner
selling
store.
Weed. And he goes from selling weed to selling coke.
Yeah.
And then by the end, you have like an empire. You've built a crew.
Yes.
With adults and kids, and your uncles in the crew.
No, there's no kids. There's no kids.
I mean, they're kids. They're, you know, they're 20-year-old young kids, you know.
I don't want to be in this TV show anymore.
But I'm literally watching like you become a man on TV.
Yeah.
Because your character develops so fast.
Yeah.
Where do you think this show fits into the grand scheme of things? Like you have a lot of shows that are about selling drugs. You know, you have Queen of the South. You have Power. You know, like that's kind of a really popular thing. Where does Snowfall fit in all of that?
At the top. I mean, I no disrespect to those shows because I have friends
Great
that work
shows.
on both those shows. Great shows. But we know we really at the street level. We like this is the real. And people coming to me and be like, "How did you?"
They're shocked. They can't imagine how we can show what we show on
Yeah,
TV.
it's like, how did you get that? Like, you got to understand that there's various generations of people watching this show for different reasons. There's an older generation who lived through those times and survived, and then there's this new generation that they know this world through hip hop music.
Right.
So they from listening to music, they know kind of that world.
Right.
And so we're getting everybody because they really feel it's real, it's authentic.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's not Hollywood version of this stuff.
Yeah. I was surprised by that, to your point, at all the things I'm seeing on TV. Like, did you know, like, have you ever been around people cooking crack before? Like,
I knew she was going to say that.
like, I remember when I was like, oh my God.
But you've never seen that before. You know, you've never seen
Right, how you gotta like turn it
to
a
that
certain
intensity.
way?
You're like, let me rewind that back.
Wait.
Start
That's
some
how
shit.
it is.
But it's beautiful, you know. Obviously, the scene you're talking about, episode 7, season 1. I was
Right.
working with the RZA, you know, who's just like the GOAT, and you know, it was beautiful to have so many wonderful consultants on our you know, behind the scenes. You know, John's cousin.
Oh, you need
Avon.
consultants to come and teach you how it's done properly.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. We're not messing up. No way.
That's amazing.
Yeah. We
Who
have
are
to
these
be on point.
consultants, John? Where you getting these people from?
Family members. That's all I'm going to say. Family members. Family members. That's
So there's a proper way to do it.
Exactly.
Did you have to learn it?
I know how to make that thing.
Shut up.
Now. Yeah, I could.
After this,
I could go back to
after
London
his
and
acting career, he can go.
he goes
No,
straight to
he
that.
go rock it up. He go rock it up.
This is bad. No. I don't know how to make it. No, I do know how to make it. You add the water, you get the baking soda. No, I'm joking.
You know, I'm glad you brought up the consultants because, John, you created the show and you executive produced the show, but there's also a lot of people involved when you talk about the producers and the different directors from scene to scene, episode to episode. How is the writing room? What's it like? How diverse is it?
It's really diverse. We just sit up and we come up with the various ideas and talk it out. And I act it out. I try to wouldn't it be nice if this happened? And wouldn't it be nice if he says this and this and this? And my thing is, I know I have a good idea when I can shock people. And I have said that in various times, the hardest thing to do is to shock black people. Because we done go through everything. So it's like I'm almost in the room with these various idea people, writers, coming up with stuff and acting out stuff that
Right.
I would be surprised to see. Like, I'm thinking like, yeah, they're really gonna let us get away with this. So I'm like throwing that idea out, and some people would, we can't do that. I said, since you said we can't do that, we need to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
What are
always
some of those things? Like what?
Episode 3.
just
Walk me through it here so I know. What did they try to stop?
There was an altercation in episode 3,
you see
which
last
happened
season?
in season 1.
Yeah, of course. I told you, I'm a A1 fan here, John.
He
see
ain't
the
killing
Carvel?
him. He giving it to him.
Carvel.
Yeah, so the gay scene.
That was quite
It
shocking.
wasn't gay.
It wasn't.
It was
gay.
penitentiary.
It wasn't gay.
It was penitentiary.
So they didn't want that.
No, just it wasn't gay.
Because I
It
felt,
wasn't
you know
penitentiary.
what?
It was power. It was
I
power.
felt really bad. I felt bad. Like,
But it got an emotional response from you. You said, "Oh man,
I
they
felt
did that.
bad for
Dude
him.
did that to you." So
I can't believe I'm watching this.
Exactly.
But
My
I'm
whole
not going to
thing-
stop.
Yeah, my whole thing is like I want people to be like, I can't believe I'm watching this, but I'm not going to stop watching it. Like,
Yeah.
or throw something at the TV, like get an emotional response because we watch these various TV shows and we just watch them like this, and then we just like, okay, turn. Like, I'm trying to get people to talk to the screen just like they do in the movies. They talk to the TV set. So
But do you think that's too much?
What? No, it can never be too much because we compete with all these other shows for like people to watch. So you may get something. Like Game of Thrones is so shocking. Some of the stuff. So.
Insanely shocking, and no one ever talks about it. No one ever says, "Oh, that shouldn't have happened."
Yeah.
But as soon as it's some show of where it's like ethnic minorities, all of a sudden it's like, "Oh, we can't be seeing that."
So my thing is like, we gotta get them. You gotta get them. You gotta get them to watch it.
This is the ghetto Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
I see. Well, then that character that raped the other boy, he got killed, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So when he got killed, I was like, okay, well, you out here doing,
You deserve to die.
Right. Like no one deserves to die, but I kind of felt like really bad for the character that was abused in that scene. So then when the
he was a bad guy too.
I know, but.
Everyone's
But it
evil.
didn't have
I mean, there's different ways to punish people, I mean, you really want to punish someone that way, but but it kind of it drew me more into, okay, what's gonna happen to they're both bad, but the bad guy, he needs to go.
The bad guy.
I want to talk about the women. Because I love the roles of women that you have. I love drug movies, and not just because I'm Spanish, but I watch Narcos, like Pablo Escobar, anything. Like I'm there.
Plato
Thank
o
you.
plomo.
Yes, Plato or Plomo. Listen. So I always find that when they talk about the drug trade, it's always a male-dominated story, or the women in this story are powerful. I mean, Angela Lewis.
Lewis, Michael Hyatt.
Auntie Louis.
So Angela, when I met Angela, because we've talked before, her in real Angela in real life,
sweet.
she's all sweet and cute, and
but on the show she gangster.
right,
Yo,
talking crack. I'm like, who is this woman? So
Auntie Louis gangster.
like
Everyone
talk
loves
about
her.
the women
She
and the
wanted to go
roles
there.
here.
Just I also feel like
It's the future.
and in that game and then also in television, most of the viewership is women, so you have to have really strong female roles. That people identify with, empowered roles.
Judith Scott.
Yeah,
Claudia.
Judith Scott, who plays Claudia, who owns the club. Like
She's gangster
oh, she's really gangster. You see how gangster she is in this season.
in season 2.
Yeah, and Louis, what I mean?
And Michael Hyatt, such a powerful mom who represents
Your
so
mom.
many mothers in America.
She's becoming gangster.
She's becoming your mom in real life.
Well, she is my mom.
The character is becoming gangster. In the
She
show.
is, yeah. And it's beautiful to see that because we've come such a far way in film. We saw it when Straight Outta Compton first aired,
Right.
And we proved that black faces can be on screen and they could bring the money,
Yeah.
And now we're seeing so many different small groups come forward and helm and shine, and Snowfall's testimony of that.
Yeah. The character that plays your mom, now in season 1, she's very against what you're doing because she's a hardworking woman and, she works and she gets taken advantage of, as a lot of inner city mothers and single moms, hardworking moms, they get taken advantage of. They don't get paid what they should. They get abused a lot of the times. They put up with things in the workplace that they shouldn't have, but they need the money because obviously there's not another income in the household. So they got to do what they got to do, even putting up with people that may not treat them fairly. How does she evolve in this season 2? Because based off what he just said, I feel like she's gonna start helping.
You gotta watch the show.
You gotta watch the show.
What kind of generic answer is that?
Why are they gonna watch the show if they can hear it all on the radio, see it on the radio?
So there is an evolution here from his mom, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, what I can tell you is this show is all about real life, and the reaction that Sissy Saint portrays on that screen is something that the majority of people would do as well.
Right. Damson, I want to talk to you because I feel like your character is growing in the series, right? But as a person, how are you growing throughout this process and working with a legendary man like this?
Well, apart from
answer that for
selling crack cocaine for real now,
he's a much even better actor. He was hot to get the part, but he's a much better mature actor. I mean, this season he's like on fire in this part.
bless.
What did you see in him from the beginning that made you? Because you
Just
picked
flavor,
him?
good looks.
flavor and just the fact that he can take a note and turn it, and he's always surprising to watch. He's an interesting dude to watch, and he's surprising. And actors, nobody wants to see anybody in a movie or a TV that is uninteresting.
Right.
You want to see, and as a storyteller, you want to also work with people that they can take whatever you do to an elevated level, and that's what he does. She takes the show to an elevated level.
Wow. Did you hear that? I mean, what do you have to say to that?
Man, it's magic, man.
This man's a legend.
Yeah.
Like, OG.
And we have it on film.
Right? You can pull up the tape. Has your life changed? Like, are people recognizing you?
People are recognizing me, yeah.
He's very happy. Thank you for recognizing people.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for recognizing Damson Idris,
making me feel like
Snowfall.
I'm worthy. It's beautiful, yeah. But the biggest thing for me is my family and how proud they are of me. That's the thing I mostly cherish, because since I was young, we grew up in a community in London, in Peckham, that we're all trying to get out and do something right, and sometimes we might go the negative route in order to get there. But for my mum to sit me down and say, being her youngest of 6, to say, I'm so proud of you.
Right.
It's the most fulfilling thing in the world. So right now, everything else is just a bonus. When I'm walking down the street and someone's like, I love you in Snowfall, it's a bonus because I know my mum's really happy anyway.
Yeah. Are your brothers and sisters and mom and family still in London?
Everyone's in London, yeah.
So they asking you for money?
No, they got money. I'm asking them for money.
Check?
When I auditioned for Snowfall, these people didn't want to fly me out. So my family, they rounded up money.
They did a fish fry.
For my second audition,
yes!
they all put £200 together or whatever and put loads of money together. I think the ticket was $850 or something.
What does £200 equal?
Like $250, $290 each. So
Okay.
everyone. And my mom, this woman,
that's cheap.
my mom gave me £400, and I was like, wow, this woman ain't never bought me she could never buy me any sneakers or anything, and
she came through when you needed
wrangled
it.
all that money, and so yeah, she have the world now. Yeah.
Sheesh. How old are you again?
26.
26. Look at him, how he talks. He's very mature.
Yes.
What's going on with the girls? I mean,
The what?
are girls do you have a girlfriend? What's the story there?
I have a queen back home in London. Yeah. My DM's caught a body, but
Are you getting in trouble with your girlfriend now?
Never. No, she understands that this is a volatile industry, but she's right there on my arm. So
That's cute. What's her name?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, what's her Instagram?
I'm not telling you. No.
Have you claimed her on Instagram?
On him, boy.
Yes, I've claimed her in my heart.
Oh, okay.
You're on him.
It's not real unless it's on Instagram, right?
Oh my gosh! But thank God she's not that type of girl, and those are hard to come by. I see a lot of people post photos on Instagram and then break up and then delete all the photos.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
Do you guys live together?
No.
Why you said it like that?
No, no, not yet. I don't have no money. They don't pay me.
Pay him, John.
They
What's
don't
wrong
pay
with
me.
you?
Season 3.
He's like, when your contract comes around, we'll renegotiate.
Text in the mail.
What's up with this sex scene?
Wow.
Talk to me about the sex scene.
I was petrified.
Did you have to wear a little cup?
Yes,
Okay,
I had
you
to.
wear the cup.
But the actress, it was a very small cup. It was about that big. The actress was just phenomenal, man. It's funny because we actually shot that right in the height of the Me Too time, and I was obviously petrified. 1, because I've never done a sex scene before, and 2, I didn't want to say anything derogatory that would put her off for her to be like, oh, this happened. So I just kind of gave her all the power, and I think that's a beautiful thing, and that's the direction that we should be moving in, where women have more power and have more say on how they're going to be portrayed in film when it comes to those intimate scenes.
Right.
So
that was smart.
yeah, the director locked us in a room, was like, you guys handle it, and then ran. And then I was in there and I was just like, so, and then she was like, okay, so we're going to do this, and this. And it was perfect.
She took control.
She did, yeah.
So you were like a sex scene virgin.
I was.
And she helped you.
With a very small cup.
That makes it all better. That makes it more better.
Very small cup.
And a very beautiful black booty.
because the women in the office were talking about your booty. Like,
Ooh. Wait, what was my booty grade out of 10?
They want to know if you squat. Like, they want to know your workout regimen.
Wow.
I swear to you. And I'm like, I'm not asking him that.
I play soccer.
Football.
Play soccer.
Football.
The center midfield. Yeah.
John, he brought up the Me Too movement. Legendary director, producer, you've seen a lot of things come and go. Now, you haven't been kind of accused or in any way associated with the movement, but there are a lot of actors that are now being talked about, called out on. Some of them can't find work. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, some people needed to be called out. Some people have lived and wallowed in bad behavior in Hollywood for years, and never had any repercussions.
Right.
And then there's other people, like the Morgan Freeman thing. Like, he just looked at somebody wrong, and then he was accused and lost a bag of work. So it's a give and take. I mean, I think that change is inevitable, and it's kind of great because it kind of like makes a whole clean slate of
beautiful, yeah,
of different. It makes a whole clean slate of what behavior was basically. I won't even say accepted, but tolerated, and then we're not tolerating it.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
more.
The beauty for me is obviously it always starts from the young people like myself, the younger generation of actors who are coming into this business, who now have this kind of ethical decorum where it's like,
right,
I need to act like this, I shouldn't do this, and now they're able to blossom into the best artists that they could be.
It was, you talking about just 10 years ago, that wasn't the case.
Right.
People were exploiting people on the whole, and other folks felt that they couldn't speak up and they couldn't say anything. Mm-hmm. I mean,
now they can.
And they can.
Well, I think it also causes people to reevaluate what is appropriate and not appropriate. I mean, I've had these conversations with my friends, my male friends, and a lot of people think you have to touch somebody to violate them, but it can be as simple as something that you say, or,
exactly.
People can feel intimidated, offended, abused, violated with words. It doesn't even matter of, I touched you or didn't touch you. So
and for so many years, women have had to, kind of
suck it up, and
right.
they don't have to suck it up
really,
no more.
Yeah, when really they hated it. So I think we're living in a great time.
Would you hire any of these actors or actresses?
What do you mean?
Would you work with them? Any of them?
It depends on the situation.
So you think it's...
I hire anybody I want to hire. But,
okay.
But because somebody says something,
yeah,
of course. I mean, but they had to get the right side of the part,
Right.
Yeah.
Good answer. High five. Good answer. You guys are doing good.
I get an A. Thank you, teacher.
John, I want to talk to you because you were the first African American and youngest person to be nominated for Best Director, right, at the Academy Awards. You're a legend. You're a veteran. How do you feel about some of the younger directors that are coming in? Like the Jordan Peeles and the Ryan Cooglers and
I love them.
The Donald Glovers.
They're my little brothers. I love it. I mean their success is a reason that we fought hard and we're kicking and screaming for things to be the way they are. It's what I call like the new normal now. Like it used to be like it was just a specialty thing what we were doing.
Right.
Now it's expected. Like cultural accuracy in the films, of people of color is like expected. And, you're not watching it and it's kind of half-assed and it's like. It's like, no.
Yeah.
It's the real, you're seeing the real stuff, the pure, uncut funk in film. You know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so that's what we fought for.
Is their path different? Do you think it's
I don't
is
think
it
the path
as
is any
hard?
different. I think it's still hard. I think it's still hard for everybody. But it's just if you really have an authentic vision and are a person of color, then, you can have a career, and it was very difficult before. It was much more difficult before.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's easy for those dudes.
Right.
At all.
Right.
They work hard.
Yeah. We're in the age where there's a lot of reboots going on, right? And sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. You've been a part of some legendary films, Boys in the Hood, Baby Boy. and poetic justice. Can you tell me if there's any talk about some of these coming back?
I'm not rebooting none of my stuff.
Nothing.
No, I'm not rebooting.
You told me I was gonna be Baby Boy too. You said.
And I was gonna ask about that because Tyrese put something up and shouted you out and said
right
Baby
now.
2. No.
My baby brother Tyrese. No, we're not gonna do it. I mean, Taraji, I just was with her 2 days ago. She's booked for like the next 3 years, and we're doing our next movie together, me and her. So it's like, nah.
No.
Baby Boy 2 is not happening.
What? Damn, no more Jody for a long time. The youngest need to know about Jody.
No about Jody.
Would you cast him to play? Can you play Jody?
No, I'm not good looking enough to play Jody.
They're doing something different with him.
How about Taraji? Talk to me about your relationship with her. I mean, it's
She's like my sister. She's like my sister. She's my creative and cultural sister. She went to Howard University. Mm-hmm. She did theater, and just when we get together, it's magic.
Is she still the same girl?
No, she's not the same girl.
How so?
She's evolved. She's evolved. She's more mature. I mean, she's still the same girl, but she's different. She's evolved. She's more mature.
So cool. I met her at the Oscars. John took me to the Oscars this year.
And we went to the bar and just drank with Siraj. And he was so...
do y'all know who this is? He the future, honey. Like, she was pointing at me. I was just like, I love this woman.
You're good at impersonations. Who else can you do?
You can do anybody.
Not anybody.
Yeah.
I could do Denzel Washington.
Of course. Let's see it.
Do Flight. Do the scene from Flight.
Okay. Nobody could have landed that plane like I did. Huh?
Yo!
It wasn't
It's scary, huh? It's scary. It's scary.
Wait, who else?
Who else? Oh, don't put me under pressure.
Oh my God, I'm so fascinated right now.
Okay, we got Satellite Radio. Hold on. Who?
Jamie Foxx.
Oh, yeah, Jamie.
Jamie can do
that.
anyone. He is amazing.
Yeah, that guy's...
Do Old Dog from Minister Society.
Man, you acting like a real right now. You acting real paranoid and and them killed your cousin in front of you. Blew his head off. And you ain't go through.
Yo, I'm done.
No, that I ain't letting none of that roll.
That's why he's a star.
Wait.
That's why the kid's a star.
I don't give a who out there. Damn it. I love that movie.
Do you have to take classes? Because you have your accent and you don't have your accent.
He sits up. He used to sit up as a kid.
Yeah, it's
with
like
a video recorder.
We're so Americanized in
VCR,
London.
yeah.
But when I was like testing, and the next day, I was outside just kicking it with John, and then we were all in a circle, and I was just doing a bunch, and he was laughing.
We were
Yeah, it
hanging
was
out with
with
YG that
YG
day.
as well.
You
Yeah.
can do YG?
I can't do YG.
YG's a friend of mine, so we were we were just hanging out. And then,
But he's the first person that kind of gave me the motivation to say, wow, I could do this, because I met him. And I was obviously, every time I was around John Singleton and Dub C, who's my dialect coach, I'd be American all the time because I really wanted to convince them that I was right for the part.
Right.
So I met YG. And I'm obviously American, but I'm talking to him as a British person.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, YG, what's up, man? Oh, you came to London, right? You coming back to the Wireless Festival? And he was like, where you from? And I was like, oh, I'm from London. He was like, oh, man, you sound like you from the set, though. And I was like, oh, is he throwing stuff up? No, I'm from London. I'm from London, YG. I'm from London.
Right. He was about to be in some shit.
So then he started doing the scenes from different black movies in front of YG, and YG was like going crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yo,
He's a great guy.
that.
I was just with him like 4 or 5 days ago in Dallas.
Dallas, yeah.
He's
You gotta be careful hanging out with YG here.
No, he's good guy, man. Good guy.
What's the coolest guy that you've met through John? The coolest person. It doesn't even have to be a guy.
Wow. Oh my gosh, there's been so many people.
Philadelphia last year.
Oh, Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, you introduced him?
Yeah. Well, we was in the gym in that hotel on the Ritz, and then I met Kendrick
In Philly.
in Philadelphia.
I remember that. I wasn't there with y'all, but I remember I remember it happened in Philly.
Yeah.
That was after I talked to y'all.
Yeah.
He comes like not being able to talk. Like,
I was shocked. He was like running on a treadmill, and I went
He's
into
mad regular.
I went into the gym like this. I ain't about to work out looking like this. I sat on one of those gym balls, and I sat there for 35
And
minutes,
watched him run?
and I watched him run.
Does he run differently than people?
He was go. I was like, this guy's fast. He's small, but movie, like Lionel Messi. And then I just walked up to him. I was like, "Hey man, what's up, man? My name's Damson Idris. I'm a young actor on Snowfall. Like Snowfall, like it's from South Central, right? You're from there, right?" And then literally, he was just like, yeah, that's dope. That's dope."
Does he watch? Did he tell you if he watches?
Oh man, I don't know, man. Like I don't know.
Because that was in the beginning. That was in the beginning of
show,
season 1.
It had just come out.
Right.
But I know all his friends watch it.
Right.
So hopefully he watches. That's a busy guy though, man.
Yeah.
You know, I invited him to the screening in Philly that day, and he was like, "Well, you know, we on tour right now, so
he shuts everything down.
I'm gonna have to see if that's the right situation."
Right.
I was like, "Wow, this guy even talks
Kendrick.
amazing."
That's funny.
Yeah, he's the greatest.
Kendrick now.
Yo, I love this guy. You're gonna do all right, man. You stick with this guy.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
If you do the Tupac reboot, are you gonna put him in it?
No.
You're not gonna put him in the Tupac reboot?
No, he's gonna direct me in something Nigerian next. Probably. We keep talking about that.
I keep telling him we're gonna go to Nigeria and go get a bag. Like, it's like.
Are you still gonna do that? The Tupac reboot?
No. I'm past that.
Because last time we talked, exactly a year ago, this month, the Tupac biopic had come out. You were affiliated with the movie and then weren't affiliated. There was some back and forth regarding the creative differences with LT Hunton. Have you guys talked about that since?
Yeah, I talked to him. And we made up our amends.
You made up?
Yeah, we made up.
Good. Yes. I love that. Because it got pretty ugly on the internet.
Yeah, it get real ugly.
So what did you guys talk about? Like, what was the outcome of it?
We just, I just congratulated him on the success of the movie, and that was it. And, that was it.
You guys didn't talk about what happened, like what was said?
I mean, yeah, but I ain't gonna do it on the radio right now for everybody. Yeah, private conversation, brothers to brother. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Yeah, so you guys patched it up,
Exactly.
moved on. So you won't be redoing the Tupac biopic?
No.
Okay, and there's
Not for now.
Not for now.
Not for now, no.
Oh, see how you just left it out there? You just let it linger there.
Yeah, he's doing a Wesley Snipes biopic that I star in as Wesley Snipes.
So tell me about season 2 more. Like, what direction is this headed into? Snowfall.
I mean,
just more danger and it's more intense.
More danger? How does that happen?
It's the coke game, so it's always dangerous. It's all this stuff that happens and different echelons of what this game is and how he's basically trying to move his family and his crew really into establishing his crack empire, and other people are discovering how lucrative it is and how they can really make some money in it. So, I mean, I don't want to tell you the whole story. You got to watch the show.
I will be watching. It don't matter what you tell me. I will still be watching.
I know, but we're talking all America right here. So I want all America to watch the show too.
Yeah,
it's really interesting how these characters basically they're hustling in a way, you know what I mean? And just every one of these characters cross culture is hustling, to get it in a different way. They're trying to sell this cocaine to get money for something. The CIA guy Teddy McDonald is trying to fund a war in Central America.
Right.
So you got a lot of money, you got maybe millions of dollars to buy guns for the rebels. And Lucia, she killed her family last year.
Yeah.
So she's
heartless.
She's basically trying to basically build her empire outside of her family's legacy.
With her boo also.
Yeah, with her boo also. Yeah, you like that, huh?
Yeah, I like it.
He's like,
I'm not like her though. I'm not taking out Theo for the crack empire. She's ruthless. She took out her Theo.
But it's like,
she's hardcore.
Who's your favorite character on Snowfall?
Angela.
Yeah,
And
I love
you.
that. You ain't got to say me just because I'm here.
No. I like how you're growing. I like growth in general.
Yeah.
That's good.
Of characters,
That's
of people, of cultures.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna
You know,
remember that. I remember you said that.
I like growth.
Yeah, that's
so I
good.
see your character growing, and I love Angela because of how
got
diverse
hands.
she is.
Yeah.
She's very diverse.
And you're gonna see a lot of. I mean, she's just an extraordinary actress, and this season,
I can tell.
I mean,
she
wow.
came in like a church girl. I'm like, is that the same girl on the TV?
She's a great actress. She's a great actress.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She's
Like,
all sweet, demure,
Right.
but she's gangster on the show.
As soon as she wears that costume, she really is on.
Yeah, she's good.
She transforms.
yeah. So, do we have a confirmation for season 3 yet?
Coming.
I don't like these roundabout answers you be giving me.
Coming.
What you mean coming? Yes or
Can't say
no?
nothing until they announced it.
Oh, okay.
You know, we're on there.
You working on it?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Any new people you're bringing to the table that we should know about?
No.
No, just the
No.
The actors
You won't
that are
find
there
out. You
and
won't
actresses?
find out. But in this season, D-Ray's in this season.
I saw that. So what's his character? D-Ray?
D-Ray plays Peaches. He's the enforcer.
Peaches.
Yeah, Peaches. Because he's a Vietnam War vet, and
I know
So
that
he's
people,
part of your
and he
crew?
goes and offs them. Yeah, I know that people when he goes and
Because you don't like killing people in this season. You make other people kill for you.
he just blinks his eye.
Right. It's
like
just
wink, wink,
He
murder.
just looks to D-Ray. He just looks to Peaches, and Peaches just like, you just didn't don't look back. You just go and go handle it.
I kind of like that though, because it preserves your innocence on the show. So
That-
even though
that he can nod
like
and
you're
get
like
people
a
off the
drug
table.
dealer, like a kingpin, you're still like I like little things like that develop your character. Like even when the scene of the kids are trying to buy the ice cream truck, trying to buy ice cream and they don't have money, and you came out and said, "Yo, can you do it? Because I don't know how to do your voice."
you gotta watch the show. You ain't gonna get
Come
my
on,
voice
that was
today.
season 1. They saw that already. And you came and told the ice cream guy they can get whatever they want.
I
and give
gave him.
him
I gave him the money and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, I never ride through
I
it.
do
That
it.
just
I do it
preserves
too.
his innocence.
That's stuff that I saw growing up. So I was like, that's why it's in the show.
Hood hero.
Hood hero, yeah.
Yeah.
You want some food, you want some shoes, you want, you want some chicken.
Yeah.
Always chicken.
Go to back in the days, churches, or go to bar, like everybody eat.
Yeah.
But today it's Nando's.
A whole thing of biscuits.
Nando's.
You don't know what Nando's
No,
is?
I'm from the East Coast.
I'm gonna walk off this sofa, this interview right now. You don't know what Nando's is?
I've heard, but I've never had. There's nothing like Popeyes.
It's the best. I had
You
Popeyes.
cannot sell me anything but Popeyes.
Dub C took me to Popeyes first time I came to LA. He was like,
Yeah.
I want to take you somewhere,
Yeah,
little homie.
Popeyes, the biscuit. Don't say I never put you on.
Oh
man.
yeah.
The
He's like,
biscuit.
dip it in the honey.
Right.
Yeah.
Yo, I love you guys. Snowfall Thursday nights on FX, right?
Yep, Thursday
10
night,
p.m.
FX,
10 p.m.
Yep.
Damson Idris. I keep wanting to call you Damson. What's your nickname?
Damn, son.
Damn.
Damn, son. But what's your nickname? What do your friends call you?
Dams.
Dams?
As if there's a P after the M. Dams.
Damps.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to call you.
Hey, yo, Dams, let me get some money.
Dams.
I don't have any.
Tell them, holla at my boy John.
Yeah. Hold up, tell him to pay me. Then I'll
Right. The legendary John Singleton. Always a great time talking to you, even though you don't really like to answer my questions sometimes. But
Depends on what you ask me.
we gonna let you the OG veteran, so we gonna leave it alone. Thank you guys for watching. Once again, Snowfall on FX, 10 p.m. every Thursday night. We're broadcasting from the Hackensack Meridian Health Stage 17. I'm Mina Say What? Thanks for watching.